testing, testing.
All right, well, usually we come in with more of a bang, but I just showed up.
Here we are.
So I don't have anything out or a computer or do I even have my clipboard, Anthony? Is that even somewhere?
You can get organized there, Nate.
I was coming from the freshman-sophomore game, so.
We've got a, if you want to get your computer out, I can. We've got a little varsity basketball for you here tonight, folks. We've got the Dike-NH Hartford Wolverines coming on this cold night, coming over from the west, on this cold night to
Congratulations,
to
you figured that out.
Jesup. Yeah, doing well so far. But, yeah, Dike is 12-1, overall 4-0 in the conference, and I believe ranked number 1 in the state. Is that correct, Nate?
Stand by. We'll
Fair
more
enough.
to come. We'll get to that after the break.
And, of course, your Jesup J-Hawks 12-4 overall, but also 4-0 in the conference. So this is a battle of the conference unbeatens anyway, and Jesup also standing at the top of our pod in the nickel. We are 4-0, Wapsie Valley 3-1, Sumner Fred 2-2, Union 1-4, and then Olwine at the bottom at 0-3. So definitely the Jesup J-Hawks have their work cut out for them tonight against Dike-NH Hartford. And yes, Nate has confirmed they are number 1 in Class 2A. So hopefully we've got our basketball shoes tied up tight, and we're ready to get up and down the court in a hurry. So we will turn things over now to our PA announcer, Dan Fox, who will give us our starting lineup.
Respecting the abilities of the opposition and the decisions of the officials, you can create an environment that is reflective of the community. Be a class act, be a good sport, be a winner in the game of sportsmanship. Please welcome tonight's game officials, John Jaspers, Jared Waddle, and Astor Williams. Now, the starting lineup for the Wolverines. A junior, number 11, Camille Lansford. A junior, number 13, Ella Raynaud. A senior, number 21, Taylor Campbell. A sophomore, number 25, Peyton Peterson. A senior, number 33, Sophia Hoffman. The Wolverines are coached by Bruce Dahl, assisted by Ashley Meninga and Craig Chapman. And now for the Jayhawks, a junior, number 5, Lane Filcher. A senior, number 10, Larson. A senior, number 11, Amanda Carrasco. A senior, number 23, J.C. Lane. And a sophomore, number 42, Adriana Bolden. The Jayhawks are coached by Jordan Conrad, assisted by Jason Pilcher, Taylor Sickles, and Bruce Wall. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we honor our nation and flag while paying respect to our men and women in uniform around the world who protect our liberties and way of life with the playing of our national anthem.
Jesup Pep Band contributing with the Star Spangled Banner tonight. I'm Nate Claiborne, that's Luke Baldwin, Eric Clark on camera, Anthony Baugh running the Magic Suitcase tonight as we join you from the upper patio of the Hawks Nest.
Wolverines fans,
what's that?
are you ready?
Oh yeah, Eric Clark finally coming off a hiatus.
Almost didn't recognize him.
Yeah, I think he was in some sort of training or sabbatical or somewhere.
Well, let's hope he got better at his job.
Well, Anthony, I think Anthony figured out that maybe there's not much to it. So we'll see how it happens here. Anyway, welcome to the Jayhawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology. We are in Jesup South Gym, and we are set for high school basketball. NICL basketball unbeatens with Jesup getting that turnover and seeing a new person in the lineup with Adriana Bolden.
Yeah, we are. Adriana is a sophomore, put in some good minutes for the Jayhawks so far this year. I guess you could say next woman in. So it's good to see her on the court, and we certainly wish her the best in her first start as a varsity player for the Jayhawks.
And that's certainly something that
going to have to travel there, I believe.
Certainly some of the coaches have seen her develop along throughout the season and getting that honor to step in there in the starting role.
Absolutely.
So underway is now Dike New Hartford. After that foul, we'll get their chance to run their defense. And there's some names out there we're used to seeing between Landfair and Peterson.
Nice block by Pilcher. Speaking of, let's see, I guess that was Cavalli. Into Peterson. That'll be already early, but often we'll see a lot of action inside Peterson, I'm sure.
She's got that height to get in there.
Dike quickly throws on a man-to-man deep full court press against the Jayhawks, who break it okay.
Treptow with that ball. Treptow with a game-winning basket the other night up at Sumner Fred to win the game. The Jayhawks at the buzzer. Team effort there to get that ball where they needed to be in the last couple seconds of that contest. And Jesup trying to find their way to get that ball in the basket.
Nice board by Adriana Bolden, already making her presence felt underneath.
6:31 to go, just underway here in Jesup. New Hartford fans always rally their team. Doesn't matter how far they need to go. Shot from the right side, Landfair misses it. Will come out of bounds, and Jesup will have it.
Speaking of Landfair used to play a little basketball with our Laney Pilcher. They played on a traveling team together. They may still, for all I know, but I know at one time they did.
Tripto missed shot over. Bolden pulls that down. We're going to see it taken away. And Cavalli with that ball, and Lang tried to put a hand on it. Dike cools the backside of the pillow, just moving that ball around with their offense.
Good look by Cavalli inside. I can never remember if that name's Caval or Cavalli.
You know, eventually I might do some checking before I go on the air to see what names are.
Yeah, I hear it both ways. I'm not sure which is accurate, but if we have any Dike-New Hartford fans out there online, feel free to give us a pronunciation key on her or any of your players for that matter.
Little lean in. Peterson fights up the board, doesn't make the shot, but Amanda Tripto pulls it across the timeline, goes on her own, top of the board and in. Jesup on the board for the first time.
Strong move by Tripto. Pull that thing through and get it to drop. Pilcher rips down the board quickly to Tripto, quickly up the court to Lang, who does finally corral it. Jesup struggling to get passes where they intend for him to go. It's really good defense. That's a travel. Really good defense being played by the Wolverines.
Wally right there trying to get that pass to her, but Jesup will have the inbound. And key thing as you look at some of the statistics between these two teams, Dike-New Hartford only giving up about 28 points on average each game this season compared to Jesup in 43.
Ooh, nice pass by Pilcher. Get in. Oh, in and out.
Peterson pulls down that board, fighting through it.
Peyton, I'll get my Peytons mixed up here. Peyton Bowes, sorry for the delay there. Peyton Bowes into the game for the Jayhawks. Snuck in when I wasn't looking anyway.
Dike-New Hartford again, and Jesup just tied up at 2. Number 1 team in the state here in the gym tonight. Jesup ranked, I believe, number 8th or 9th in Class 2A. Shot left side.
Pretty little
with Hoffman.
Pretty little mid-range jumper.
Inbound, we're going to see that pressure defensively as Jesup tries to roll into an offense. Have to reset in the baseline.
Bixby in for the first time for the Wolverines. As we see Landfair also back into the game. For the Jayhawks, we do see Youngblood into the game.
Bounce top of the rim, doesn't work. And Pilcher on her own, going to dish it off to Landfair, going to lose that handle out of bounds.
Sailor Youngblood, a junior for the Jayhawks, has also provided solid minutes for the team this year. Gives them a strong presence down low. Not afraid to throw that body around.
And that's something throughout the night here, Luke, is you're seeing this. Jesup can't let off. They're going to have to continue to be aggressive. Yeah. And when you try and be sometimes too aggressive, that's when the ball gets a little loose.
Yeah, and they can't allow Wolverines pressure defense to get them out of sorts. That was just a turnover, an unnecessary turnover, but caused by the pressure.
Right side, basket coming in, doesn't work for Bixby, who's in now, the sophomore for Dike-New Hartford. 3:37 to go. Very low scoring first quarter. Both these teams been averaging throughout the season about 60 points per game.
Nice. Tripto all the way to the hoop. Strong move and one. See if she can complete the three-point play here. I was looking at Bixby. She she's listed at 5'9". She looks even taller than that.
Bring that ball across the court with Hoffman. Left side, Landfair eyes that hoop, pulls it back. Little lean in. Grab that from the other Peterson who's in the game now, Jaden. And that deep shot goes for Dike New Hartford.
Man, Hoffman's got a great jump shot.
Fourth one of the night. Both teams only with one team foul. Youngblood almost gets that one snaked out of her hands. Bowes open right side. Looked like Pilcher was going to take it, couldn't hang on to it. Double team, force that back out. There's Treptow, baseline, 7-footer, and does draw the foul in the process.
I believe that's going to go against Hoffman. I stand corrected, that was Peyton Peterson. I think Hoffman thought it was against her, and then was relieved to find out it wasn't. So we see J.C. Lang back into the game for the Jayhawks. She'll replace Peyton Bowes.
Tied at 6, Jesup, Dike New Hartford tonight on a Friday, a cold Friday here in Northeast Iowa. Free throw, count that in for Treptow.
Jesup takes its first lead of the game? Maybe not.
Yeah, you're right. I think it is their first. They weren't the first to score.
Second lead of the game, maybe.
We'll have to get our sports information staff on that.
Yeah.
Lang and
it's going to be a jump
Landfair,
ball.
actually Lang and Bixby in a fight for that one.
It's going to go to the Jayhawks. Larson in for the Jayhawks. Knock and Cavalli back in for the Wolverines. Jesup really doing a nice job. Spoke too soon. I was going to say Jesup really doing a nice job breaking the Wolverines press. That's going to be a charge against Jaden Peterson. Bolden just got herself turned around right into a defender on that last one, which is why she lost control of that. But for the most part, I'm impressed the way we're getting the ball up the court.
Pressure. Full court wise, Treptow sees that triple team, has to lob it up. Bolden has it. Comes Pilcher to grab it. Cavalli gives her some pressure. Pilcher ducks in, bow to the backboard, but she's going to draw the foul.
I tell you what, Coach Conrad game planned really well here. Our girls are driving right down the heart of that defense. And even if they don't make the shot, they're getting to the free throw line. In games like this, you can win a game getting yourself to the line. Especially if you make them like that. That's the key, right?
Allegedly, yeah. Key thing that Jesup has advantage right now is their free throw percentage over Dike, and that's a comment that Coach Conrad, in a conversation I had here before the game, and when you get to the free throw line, we're making, 70% of the free throws we've had and the 212 twips we had coming into tonight, compared to the 50% average that Dike's had.
Boy, there's Ellery Knock, big three-pointer.
Knocks it in, if you will. Pilcher cross over to Treptow. Got to force those passes, and it was touched by the blue.
Yeah, they don't leave you much room to get a pass through to your teammate. Very active with their hands.
Head coach Bruce Dahl doing a little bit of lobbying with the official sideline. Bolden, a little tip into Treptow. There's Lang, a launching three, doesn't go, out of bounds.
It's going to stay with the Jayhawks. Last touch by Knock. Knock in the center of the defense there for the Wolverines.
A little quick give and go over to Pilcher, doesn't fall. Those are the shots we need to see happen. Jesup does hang on to it.
Good dump off by
and
Pilcher.
Now Bolden will get it.
That was a great decision by Pilcher to dump that off to Bolden, who was wide open.
She was waiting in the wings. Right side with Hoffman. Trying to get past Larson, one of the seniors on this squad. And holding inside defensively.
Go against Bolden, I believe. Yeah, it will. She got her arm on her.
That'll be the third team foul. First foul for Bolden. And a quick inbound right away. There wasn't much waiting.
I didn't think they were going to call that foul for a second. So Bolden with a quick second foul. Number 4 for the Jayhawks. Wolverines also sitting with 14 fouls on the night.
Easy free throw in there.
Peyton Bowes checks back into the game for Bolden.
This is where my ponytail rule would come into effect so I can see numbers on the back.
Agreed.
6 points now. Credit Knock, leading scorer on the Wolverines roster. And a nice give and go across the timeline. Well positioned the players. Treptow comes left, pulls up on that dribble, comes out of her hands. Cavalli. And now we'll see Landfair with that shot.
Short. Take that to the house, Laney. Good,
pull back.
Good decision.
She says, no, Luke, hold on a minute.
Yeah, I saw the defense was moving at a faster clip. Yeah, that was a nice drive by Bowes. Couldn't get it to fall. Strong move, though.
For 13 seconds. Volley, big shot.
Got it. Not really the way Jesup wanted to see the end of this quarter go.
And whistle blown as Cavalli saw an opportunity there, but
travel.
Turnover will go towards Jesup. Can they make something happen in 0.8 seconds?
Turn and shoot.
Nope, just going to wait that one out.
Treptow says, I know my distance, and that is too far.
So Jesup trailing 17-11, but they're hanging right in there. Looking at the stats earlier, and here's me going up to coach as I'm coming up. I go, so have them let you score, no turnovers, and get to the free throw line. He goes, just a minute, let me write that down. And I'm like, yeah, that was all new to you. You hadn't planned that at all.
He's going for that, huh?
Yeah. So I was glad I stopped by before the game started, so there might be some credit maybe I can be given there.
Well, I'll look for your name up on the big board later.
Probably not, or I'll get
if we get the victory.
No, I'll probably just get the blame for something.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, that game, you take away the three-pointer right at the end there. That's a 3-point game to end the first quarter, and I'm pretty sure Coach Conrad is just fine with that. The Jayhawks are playing really well. I think they've been handling or dealing with Dike-NH Hartford's pressure very well. They're taking it right at the heart of that defense, breaking the press for the most part fairly efficiently.
Dike-NH Hartford this week's Class 2A rankings, number 1 right in there, 12-1 coming into this ranking. Jesup at the number 7 spot, Grundy Center at 9, Abilene and Parkersburg in that 11th spot. AP hosting Denver tonight.
The bad thing about Dike-NH Hartford is they have so much scoring ability on that team that they're one of those teams that if you don't stay right on top of them, they can get away from you in a hurry.
Knock, trying to see what she can do, but Cavalli has had some success from that arch. Misses a shot there. Rebound comes in the hands of Hoffman. And now Landfair wants her chance at it. That doesn't go. And Jesup will pull that rebound. Let J.C. Langle pull it back a little bit.
Ooh, that was close. Almost an over and back.
Quick push into Pilcher underneath. Waits for the defense and draws the foul.
Kind of an awkward shot for her down there. She was a little bit behind the backboard, but almost got to drop. See if she can grab a couple at the line here. Is it cold enough for you out there, Nate?
Better than it was this morning.
Yeah. Well, it was, what, negative 17 or something this morning?
Something like that when I was
stupid.
heading over to Cedar Falls. I'm just waiting. I always look forward to the -7 guy on my car.
You know what I don't understand is that whole -7, but feels like -75. I'm like, I don't care.
At what point does it not matter?
What it feels like is the only negative I care about.
Somebody took a screenshot or whatever of it was warmer in Antarctica than it was here.
I believe it.
Yesterday. Landfair with a shot on the left side, in and out.
It's a good looking shot. I thought that was in.
Neil Landfair averaging 7 points a game, 38% shooter, straight on Pilcher, who's been averaging 16, misses that shot as a 49% shooter.
Quick thinking by Ellery Knock to get that inbounds to her teammate as she was sailing out of bounds. That ball's going to go back towards Jesup. Got a foul against Sophia Hoffman. Hoffman's first. Ball into the, yeah, that's too long of a pass against this defense. Almost turned over.
There's a shot for Jesup.
I tell you what, man, she is juking and jiving right through that lane and having a lot of success with it.
6:15 to go here before halftime. We'll hear from boys coach Joe Smines. We'll talk about last week's contests and some games from this week.
Joe visited me before the game. He came up and hung out for 10 minutes or so.
Up here?
Yeah. Didn't really talk about anything worth sharing online.
Was
but
he avoiding talking to people that were accessible down there?
Potentially.
Okay.
I would if I was the head coach.
Everybody's got a game plan.
Yeah.
Bixby, a shot outside.
That's a good looking shot for Bixby. Stretch.
That's her second three-pointer tonight. Another freshman in the contest now.
Nice passing by the Jayhawks. Can't get that to drop.
Olivia Nesbitt in the game.
Yep, I was just going to say that.
Bixby over to Hoffman. She's going to try a three. Banks no good. Follows up. There's her underneath shot that she makes happen.
Coach Jordan Conrad, Jayhawks, he's going to go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. Talk things over with his gals. He had it back to, I believe, a 2-point difference, but now it is 14-22 Wolverines.
Yeah, when you look at three-pointers made so far this season for Dike-NH Hartford, about 25%, 53 at 211, and then Jesup 65 at 246 for about 26.5%, somewhere in there. So,
man,
that can change the game real quick. Those shots
sure can. I'm trying to figure out who this ref is right in front of us, right down by Coach Conrad. I know the face from somewhere other than reffing, but I can't put my finger on it.
Treptow gets it inbound. Little dish
Ooh,
off to
nice.
Bowes.
Nice
play.
work, ladies. Good job by Peyton Bowes, the freshman guard for the Jayhawks, to pick that one off, bounce pass, and up and in.
Wolverines quick back and off. Action on their offense. That one's going to be off from Knock. There's Pilcher pulling in that rebound. Force-headed cross into Jesup territory. No look to Nesbitt. She comes in, double teamed, almost took an extra hop, but Larson will take the shot.
Get in there.
High up off that board. Nice
There you
pulling
go,
from
Olivia.
Nesbitt. Takes that one away from Bixby. Jesup slowed the offense a little bit more. Boom! Straight on.
Peyton Bowes, three-pointer.
Give her 5. 22-19 within 3.
So we got a freshman keeping that play alive and a freshman knocking down the three to bring us back within 3.
Bixby wide open right side, takes a chance on the three. Jesup running that risk, and now jump possession is going to go towards the visitors in Dike-NH Hartford. Make some substitutions as Bolden, who started this game, will come back in. Leading scorer for Jesup. He is Amanda Treptow.
We got our number one fan watching.
Timmy and Stratton
Yep.
watching in.
Big Stratton hammering some pizza.
Stratton, how are we doing
the
tonight?
Jayhawks. Stratton, you gotta get your dad to bring you up here to the upper patio sometime. We can get you on the mic, do a little interview with you.
That's right. Peterson has been held silent since early on. She's at her 4th point. It's actually her first basket of the night.
Ooh, that's a tough pass. I don't know how that got through, or that one for that matter.
Golden baseline, and we're going to see a foul with Knock. She just kind of waited to see where that was going, and she took a hammer to it.
I'm not sure what. Peyton Bowes came flying in horizontal after the play. I think she just made contact with Peyton Peterson, which is considerably taller. Peyton Peterson with the good sportsmanship pulls Bowes up off the ground. That's always nice to see. It is just a game, which we sometimes forget.
Jesup tight net, keep staying tight with it. 4-minute mark here before halftime. Landfair will have that ball. Into Bixby. Looking a shot over to Waters. 3 no good. Underneath, push it up from Peterson. Foul is called.
I'm really surprised we haven't seen more out of Peterson, and that's probably credit the Jayhawk defense so far, but I would be going to her pretty often. But that's also a testament to the number of athletes and scorers this team has.
Easy free throw drops in, number 5 in the scorebook for Peterson. And that ball is getting loose, and Amanda needs some help.
That's going to stay with the Jayhawks.
Jayhawks with a possession. They are in the bonus with Dike-New Hartford having 17 fouls, 5 for the Jayhawks. Bolden will set up for that inbound on that far sideline. A left-handed dribble, no look over to Bolden. Gets by a Dike-New Hartford player, misses that shot. Peterson with a board.
I'll tell you what, Bolden's come a long ways even throughout just this season.
Yeah, more time on varsity on the floor that she's getting. You can't help but get better with that experience.
Right.
Peterson with that shot. She'll get an and 1 as she's fouled.
Olivia Nesbitt's going to draw her first foul of the evening. Second foul. So she is going to take a seat along with Peyton Bowes. And we've got Sailor Youngblood and Alexis Larson into the game to replace them.
Peterson converts that and 1. 10-point margin right now. And missed shot, loose turnover, and Landfair a little.
We got lucky there.
A little eager on the step.
We have to be more intentional with our passes. We can't just chuck one out there hoping that it's going to meet the target.
Now Pilcher inbound in front of the Jayhawk bench, and here's Treptow. Met by Landfair, crosses that timeline. Push it over Larson. Down low, Youngblood a little out of her reach, but she does save it, but Dike-New Hartford will get it. Here comes Hoffman. Side of that lane, top of the board, pull it in from Peterson off the box.
Nice box out by Peterson. That's what the Jayhawks have to do to her if they want to get a rebound against her.
Take her to 10 points, leading score for the Wolverines. Larson triple team, just trying to get out, but she will get fouled. Heavy pressure from that defense for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and if there's a triple team, our Jayhawks have to see that and get yourself into an open position, because there's a whole lot of empty space on the court where you can get yourself if there's 3 girls on one girl.
So this is the only time this season, at least in regular season, that the Jayhawks will see Dike-New Hartford on the schedule. Bolden on her own.
Nice take, Bolden. That was a great drive. She didn't think twice about it, didn't hesitate, took it right to the rack and got the foul. Let's see, Cavalli and Knock come in after this first free throw. I'm going to replace Peterson and I didn't see what that, oh. Yeah, Peterson and Hoffman. Bolden out, Lang in for the Jayhawks.
Deep shot, no good. Dike-NH Hartford not scared of taking those shots. Bixby with it. Deep one from Waters, no good.
It's good looking back door.
Two-minute mark. Head coach Joe Smides will join us, boys basketball coach. We'll talk about tonight's game coming up.
Bigsby knocks the first two-shot down, or first of a 1-1, making a two-shot.
Take her to 9 points. Just behind Peterson, who's at that 10 mark.
No good on the
and
second.
And rebound, pulled down, and a follow through coming from Knock.
Got to box him out. My buddy Sean Mullahan from north of here would be screaming right now. Box out.
Laney Pilcher. Take her to 6 points. But Dike-NH Hartford just has this system to just keep chipping away, keep chipping at it. Lang with it. Landfair comes up quick on Treptow. Covered here in the last 90 seconds. Pilcher met with a double team. Treptow, three-pointer.
Nice. That's a big three as we come to the close of the first quarter. We got $1:20 to go, but that brings us within 8.
Look at the schedules here for where these teams have been. Dike-NH Hartford coming through this week with a victory over Denver on Tuesday, 49-39. Jesup tonight, they head to Roland Story here next week for a contest. Up to Oline the day after that. Hudson. So they get 3 games next week, all on the road.
Roland Story.
Hartford.
That's a bit of a haul.
Yeah,
isn't that
probably for them? I bet it's an hour for them.
Oh, Dike-NH Hartford.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about us. I'm like, what?
No.
That's your neck of the woods, isn't it?
That's Story City. That's
Story City.
That's a city with a story to tell.
Gotcha. I got my stories.
No, but that is where that's where the Claybergs are. That's where they are. They got a carousel over there you'd love.
I do love a good carousel.
This shot, whistle's blown.
Yeah, that foul's going to go against Knock. That's Knock's first foul of the night. Second foul.
But Wolverines in a double bonus situation. 10-team fouls for Dike-NH Hartford, 7 for the Jayhawks. Larson stepping up. She has yet to score tonight for Jesup and gets on that board. Lang has yet to score as well. The only starter we haven't seen get a ball in the hoop just yet. Everybody contributes in their own way.
Isn't that the truth? That's life in general, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody contributes in their own way.
I smell baked goods. Do you smell that?
Smell what?
Baked goods, like cake, like fresh cake or something.
I don't know. My nose is a little stuffed up.
Landfair has it over to Cavalli.
Get out of there. Sorry.
Doesn't mind taking that shot. There's Treptow that pulled it down in the last 40 seconds.
Oh, boy.
Lang obstructed. Couldn't get a clean eye on where that ball was coming at.
Peterson back in for the Wolverines.
Jaden Peterson, twins.
Did I see? Yeah, Hoens. Sends Hoens to the bench, who I didn't even notice came into the game.
Hoffman, plenty of time to dribble, looking for an opportunity. Bixby heaves it down low to Peterson. Heaves it back off to Hoffman. Wide open to Cavalli. Back up to Bixby. She looks at it. Looking for the last shot here in this first half. Hoffman misses it. Now Pilcher, she's got 10 seconds to see if the Jayhawks can advance that score a little bit tighter.
Oh, she
gets out of bounds and a hard hit.
That's going to go against Treptow. Boy, that was a frozen rope, had her on the run. That was like a football pass to Treptow, just a little too far out in front of her.
I think Bixby knocked the wind out of herself a little bit as Treptow bounced off of her towards the bleachers.
Treptow may be small in stature, but she's a tough kid. Peterson back out of the game. Hohen's in.
Bixby does have 9 points, 2 of them being three-pointers. And she'll make her second free throw tonight. Jesup staying tight in here with their opponent, number 1, Dike-NH Hartford. Number 7, Jesup, and Lang takes the last second, doesn't go here before halftime as they'll go into the break. Heavy scoring, nonetheless, with Dike-NH Hartford, again, number 1 team in the state, sitting in the position right now ahead of Jesup. And Dike-NH Hartford outscoring Jesup 19-13 as head coach Joe Smines joins us here on our halftime show. And Coach, welcome up to the upper patio as we close out a weekend, but your weekend's not done. You still got another game tomorrow to get to, so we won't get to that just yet. I know we still need to talk about it, even if you haven't even thought about it, right?
Really haven't.
No, I'm sure. But rewind this week, Sumner Fredericksburg. Let's go back a little bit, and maybe we can go back even further because you've been on the road a little bit here too.
Our last time we were here was Hudson. I don't think we've talked since then. Played a real solid ball game that night. Scored 90 points. Had a great effort from Corbin Fueling at 7 threes in that game, and I think Carson had 20-some, and then we saw Jack Miller come to life like we know he can, and played a real solid ball game, won 90-47 over a Hudson team that actually is much better than that. So then we had a week off due to the snow with Wapsie, and now we're played Sumner Fred on Tuesday night. Always a tough place to play for whatever reason, but we played a really good defensive ball game, and then played really good offense in the second half and won by 16 over a solid ball club. So had a really good performance from Jack again. Jack had 20 points, and then a bunch of solid efforts from Carson and Corbin and Parker to round it out. So, and then Brevin Dahl continues to do a great job off the bench for us. He really pestered their point guard the whole second half. So it was a really good team win for us over there.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that game on Tuesday night up at Sumner Fredericksburg, and you guys just look to be playing where you need to be playing right now.
Yeah, it's nice that we've had everybody together finally for an extended period of time. We got to play some games, and then look and watch ourselves on film a little bit, correct some things. Before break, we feel like it was just so choppy all the time, and you see it in practice. Guys getting more comfortable again and getting a little more better rhythm. It's never easy though in this league. Every night we play someone good, and then same thing tonight. So hopefully we keep playing like we've been playing about the last 2 weeks.
Got a lot of games in so far in this season. Talk through this new format of not getting to see everybody. So you're only seeing Dike-NH Hartford once this year and seeing Denver once this year.
Yeah, it's unique. Obviously, we only play 8 true conference games that determine our conference champion on the east side, and we play AP or only Dike once this year, which is unique. Denver only once, Columbus only once, Hudson only once. So.
Not that you're complaining.
No, it's just unique. Determining a conference champion off 8 games. I actually grew up with a league with only 5 teams, so I'm fairly familiar with something like this. But it's weird having this game tonight mean nothing towards conference play. So I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of it, but it is what it is. Keep our conference together, and it's another chance for us to get better tonight, and hopefully get another W.
Well, I suppose when this all kind of was being formulated over the summer, over the last year, when you knew Olney was coming in and how it all needed to be kind of restructured, I suppose you guys will look at it as after the season as athletic directors, as coaches, to see what needs tweaked, or are we on let's try it for 2 or 3 years and then come back?
Yeah, I would envision this is a multiple-year thing, 2 or 3 years. We lose BCLEW, leaves the conference at the end of this year. So then we'll be 5 on the east, 5 central, 5 west. So I don't see much changing with the format, at least at this point. We haven't gone through a full year of sports yet. We got golf and track to do those things, and baseball, softball. So the volleyball portion of it this year with the 3 divisions went really well. it was a good setup for volleyball. Not so sure about basketball, but we'll see how it plays out here. Track and golf will actually have a mega meet to determine the conference champion, as opposed to having 2 or 3 divisions. So that'll be interesting. And golf, the same thing. And baseball, softball will look real similar to what we're doing in basketball. So we'll see how it goes. And we always reconvene about everything about once a year. So we'll see.
Okay, we're not talking about having any sort of conference championship.
For basketball?
Number 1 seed bye and have 2 and 3 from those divisions play each other and then play again.
You can't. You can't actually do that. It's not allowed in the Iowa High School Athletic Association to do that. Reason being is you can't have a consolation bracket. It's not allowed.
Okay.
Which is unique because we used to have a consolation bracket at the state tournament.
Right.
So that's why you can't do that on the boys' side. On the girls' side, you could do that if you wanted to.
Right.
So
right.
We talked about that, then quickly realized that's not even legal anymore. So, it's tough because, in those situations, you want to make sure you get enough games in. And honestly, you can play somebody 3 and 4 times. And in basketball, that's not a great thing.
So coming tonight, Dike New Hartford, 4-9 on the season so far. You guys are at 5-4. You can look at that and say, well, is Dike down when you look at that score? But what's your objective that you've seen in scouting?
Yeah, Dike, they started the first part of the year a little unhealthy. Had some guys hurt from football, I think. They played the semifinals. They lost a fair amount of seniors last year that have played a lot for them. So they were kind of starting over in a way. Then they had some injuries on top of that. And they still have a guy out that hasn't even played all year. So I think they're trying to find themselves. And I think the last 2 weeks you've seen them start to play better basketball. They got a nice win over West Fork last week. They beat Union. I think that was last week. I'm losing track of my days here. But and then they played Denver on Tuesday night. Denver's a solid ball club. We saw them here early in the year. They actually had Denver down by double figures in the third quarter. And Denver came back and won the ball game. But, it's a typical Dike team. They want to push the ball up the floor. They're athletic. They're strong and athletic. They're tall. So it'll be a good challenge for us. Their record is not indicative of the type of team they are. They've lost some close games this year, and they have good athletes, and they're well coached. So it should be a good basketball game tonight.
Well, Coach, good luck. We'll catch up with you again sometime soon.
You guys coming tomorrow? You here tomorrow?
Yes. We did talk about that. That you think that was me playing dumb, but it was actually me being dumb. But tomorrow afternoon, got a game in the afternoon, a 4:45 tip.
Yeah, AGWSR comes to town. Another West Side NICL school. Head coach Riley Shipper, who I've known for 30-plus years, family friend of ours. So it'd be good to see him. And Ackley, another program that's had good success over the years. I think they're under 500 this year, but once again, they beat Wapsie Valley this year. So. Never easy in this league, and at this point, we still have 11 games up in the regular season, so we got a long way to go yet. So,
yeah, when you look at what you're involved in, from freshman, sophomore games to the JV and JV or fresh soft plays Dunkerton in this gym tomorrow morning at 10. How do you turn this around quick? Will you come back in the morning at some point and try and do the scout on this quick for AGWSR?
The AGWSR scout's already done. I've already done that. Probably did it last weekend, honestly. Trying to work a few games ahead. The guys obviously haven't seen it at all, and that's part of the deal. We'll do that tomorrow morning with them. We'll walk through their stuff, watch a little film on them tomorrow, and get familiar with them. Coaching staff's already put the scout in, and we try to stay ahead of that because when games come this fast, you can't. You could begin to start scouting tonight. So, like we go to East Marshall Tuesday night, coaching staff started that scout already this week. So just trying to stay ahead. Tend to see if we play a back-to-back like we are this weekend.
And next week.
Yeah. Occasionally, if the team is similar we're playing, we may work on some things that are familiar. Dike and Ackley actually run a similar type offense sometimes. So that'll help us tomorrow in preparation. It's not something totally different. That doesn't always happen, though. So, but that's part of the deal.
All right, Joe, good luck tonight and tomorrow, and we'll catch up again.
Thanks, buddy.
Head coach Joe Smines on our halftime show on the J-Hawk Sports Network from Harlan Technology. We'll return here in just about 90 seconds. All right, back for second half action here on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Harlan Technology. I'm Nate Clayberg, Luke Baldwin, the other voice you'll hear, along with Anthony Baugh running the controls, and Eric Clark on camera tonight as we switch sides. Jesup trailing Dike New Hartford 36-29. Dike New Hartford getting the ball, and Hoffman right away pushing this offense and seeing Pilcher disrupt a little bit with a foul down low.
Yeah, Dike clearly talked about their outside-in offense, I guess, if you will, trying to push that ball inside to their bigs, this time trying to go inside to Hillary Knock. I expect to see more of that the second half between Knock and Peterson, because Jesup simply doesn't have anybody that can compete with them height-wise.
Free throw goes up, no good.
So we're going to have to use the bodies to get them away from the rim there. Dike-NH still in that full court man-to-man.
Shot from Treptow.
Boom.
Steps
Got
inside.
It.
Give her 2 points there.
That's a good way for the Jayhawks to kick things off. Kid walked in with a slushie. Do we sell slushies now?
The FFA bought a slushie machine, so they might be out there selling them. Or maybe it's a part of their soup supper, which
oh, that could be.
I still have your $5 because they didn't have the soup supper last week, so I'll have to give that
they
back
didn't?
to you. No.
They're having it tonight.
Yeah, I didn't make it down there.
Yeah. You're just going to keep that $5,
no, I
aren't
give
you?
it to you.
No,
I don't want the guilt of the $5. It's been sitting on my counter
I
for 2 weeks.
100% forgotten about that $5.
I figure you probably had. Or to randomly come up in a year and a half. You want a receipt or something.
Did you donate that $5 on my behalf?
Sure.
Good take by Pilcher all the way to the rim and gets it to fall.
I feel like, well, it wasn't really a donation. It was potato soup purchase.
Exchanges a little laugh.
It's not really a donation if you buy something.
That's true. Pilcher and Cavalli exchanged a little humor after that one.
That's what Travis Bovey told me anyway.
He would know. He is in the know on that sort of thing.
Lang arches it in, no good. Now Pilcher, or actually Bolden will find that rebound. Treptow sees an opening. Jesup struggling here as we start off. Cavalli wide open, Peterson on a baseline pass.
Wolverines have picked things up a notch on offense. They're moving the ball very quickly up the court.
Larson sneaks in,
pass.
no look. There's Lang.
Good job by Lang and Larson for that matter. Nice little dump down low on the cutting Lang.
Lang now, all starters.
Cavalli
on
deep.
The scoreboard. Yeah, she was a yard off.
She was a little short too. That may have been pushing her range. Peyton Bowes into the game for Bolden. We just had somebody check in for the Wolverines as well, and I apologize. I did not see who that was.
Hoffman will lean out to Peterson. Ducks underneath. Can't get it to Knock.
Hoffman with the.
That was a hard shot.
That was there was very little arch on that. I don't know how that even made it in.
Hoffman with 6. Pressure to get that across midcourt. Bowes open down low. Back out to Larson. 2 wide open on the right side. That zone will come over and cover. Bowes dish out to Treptow. She comes in the paint. Back up to Pilcher up top. And there's a wide open Amanda Treptow shot. No good for 3.
That
out
should
of bounds.
stay with the Jayhawks, and it will. Sailor Youngblood in for J.C. Lang as Alexis Larson sets to pass the ball in on the far side there. She will to Treptow as she sets up the Jayhawk offense.
We'll duck to the right side. Youngblood now in that contest. Amanda covered by Cavalli. Like New Hartford, don't see any weakness right now. That ball gets loose, they take it away. Down the floor with Knock.
Oh, nice
Volley,
cut.
little dish in, dish out to Hoffman. Wolverines hang on to that ball. And a force up from Peterson as she's fouled.
Almost clean. Got a little bit of the forehead after the fact.
Nice to hear from Brian Van Brocklin checking in from his wheelchair or crutches or whatever he's in. I don't know if you saw this, Luke. He a little text in here from Van Brocklin.
About as nice.
Yeah, smooth.
That looks good.
It does look good.
Always good to hear from Brian and his crew down there.
Little no look,
Yeah,
right side, Youngblood.
hopefully you're healing up well, Brian.
Yeah, it looks like he's got his medicine to make sure things go all right.
He had a pretty sweet little scooter he was getting around on until they got some snow down there, and apparently that didn't work very well in the snow. So I wish I could have been around to see him try to maneuver that in the snow. Maybe go knock him over or something.
Little drive-by push down. Treptow came down hard on that left knee. And I thought Treptow would come out, but no, Larson's coming out. Conrad never seems to see when Treptow's in a little bit of pain. Left side, Landfair misses that shot. Freshman Peyton Bowes, she pulls that down. There's Pilcher. Looks left, comes right instead. Treptow snakes through.
Good.
Shot doesn't go, but she does get the foul.
Man, I thought she was going to kiss that off the glass right into the hoop. No good, but dang, Dike New Hartford, man, they are just on you like flies on you know what.
Peanut butter?
Peanut
Is
butter.
that what you meant?
Yes, peanut butter. Speaking
Some
of
sort of
peanut
sugary
butter,
substance?
my daughter made a peanut butter and pickle sandwich tonight. What kind of weirdness is that?
Did
man?
you get a
Is that
chance to
thing?
try that out? Or
No, heck no.
Which daughter?
Ellery knock into the game. Anna.
Yeah. So like sliced dill pickles? The chips?
I didn't really see how it ended up. She
Didn't
just
want
had
to.
the peanut butter and the pickles out, and I'm like, what are you doing? She said, making a peanut butter and pickle sandwich.
Mind your own business, old man.
Yeah. I'm like, that sounds absolutely terrible.
Who
But
raised you?
But there are some things that don't sound right but are very good, so maybe that's one of them. Sweet and salty, right?
That's what they call us.
Yeah.
I think that's what. I think
Who's
that's
sweet
what.
and who's salty?
That's the question.
Treptow with the strong take. She will get fouled. We'll wait to see who that foul is on. That's going to go against Camille Landfair. That is Camille's first.
Dike's third foul on Jesup, also with 3 team fouls.
Treptow does make the first. The 2-shot foul as J.C. Lang checks in for the Jayhawks. She's going to replace Sailor Youngblood. J.C. a senior for the Jayhawks. This will be her final season on the Jesup court.
Ticket 18, 47-39. Jesup not out of it. Gets the #1 team in the state. Camille Landfair extends that lead.
Yeah, that hurts. That was a big 3. That's a Landfair. No, that is not going to be Landfair. That's going to be Hoffman committing her second foul on the night. #4 for the Wildcats. Wolverines. Apologies.
JC gets that in with some pressure in front of that Jayhawk bench. Bowes met with
Bowes likes
more
to
defense.
take that ball down there into no man's land.
Now
There's
Bolden.
just never anything going on down there.
Treptow picks that ball up after the rebound. Little push in, just not enough. Bolden tries to save it. Dike New Hartford will get it. Now Hoffman bounces that ball around, and a no look to a waiting Jaden Peterson.
Bruce Dahl, head coach of the Wolverines, he's going to take a 30-second timeout. Kind of odd timing for a timeout. He's got all the momentum in the world after that shot, even as weird as it was. That was a series of unfortunate events for the Jayhawks.
So just watching down the huddle to see, kind of get a sense of what's happening with the Jayhawks. Again, they came off an exciting win on Tuesday night.
Yeah, they sure did.
Forced a turnover with about 4 seconds to go and set up a play for Amanda Treptow to make her way just beyond the three-point line. As the buzzer sounded, that ball went in, and Jesup wins by 3. Bolden double team, finds Pilcher. She'll come in 9 feet out, plus that in.
I believe we won by 2, didn't we? Wouldn't that be 2?
63-60.
Was it?
Yeah.
So that was a three-pointer she made?
Yeah.
Oh. You don't say.
So when I said she shot it just beyond the arch.
I wasn't really listening that closely.
Yeah, that's a shocker. That's why you're sweet and I'm salty, or vice versa. I don't know. Under 2 minutes to play, third quarter.
Or you're dumb and I'm dumber.
Well, I don't know. Grandmother's cough medicine or whatever it is. So you're saying there's a chance. Pilcher finds Bolden. Bolden can't get the shot where she needs to be. Peterson finds it.
Yeah, I think Knock got a piece of that shot from Bolden.
There's Cavalli. High archer. Bounces. Landfair had a handle on it. Bolden will grab it instead.
That guy on the line again tonight. Still don't know who that guy is, but he's always here for the game. So good to have you aboard, that guy.
That's all how you say it. Oh, that guy. Or is it, oh, that guy? That's all how you need to say it. Foul puts Peterson at that free throw line. Arch it up and in. Going to take her to now a total of 16 points for the Wolverines.
Peyton Bowes set to check in for the Jayhawks. Marilyn Bixby in for the Wildcats. Why do I keep calling them Wildcats? The Wolverines.
Wolverine. Is that a cat or is that more like a dog? I don't know. Larson inbound in front of that bench, down in front of us. Jesup playing towards that north basket here in the south gym. Pilcher angled up on that top of the key. Under a minute now. Pilcher with 12 points so far tonight. And there's Bixby, heaves it across over to Hoffman. Little push in to Knock. She can't make it happen. Finds her own board, but then finally finds the basket to go. Take her to 12 points. Under 40 seconds. Treptow one-on-one with Cavalli right now. J.C. Lang opening that far corner. She's going to get that ball. Little push into Pilcher. Little give in, but Bowes can't get it. Landfair disrupts it, and we were hoping for a jump possession, but a foul down low, and it'll be against Amanda Treptow.
Landfair disagrees with that call.
Actually, yeah, not Treptow, but on Landfair on the foul. 16 foul against Dike-NH Hartford. Lang quits bounce in. Bowes right side, and Bixby. She's a force inside for her size. She plays a lot bigger than that. A lot of strength.
Jesup will inbounds again. Larson outside the.
Lang.
Get in
Larson
there.
wasn't ironing originally, but she tries a shot. Bixby pulls down that board under 5 seconds now. Deep three, Hoffman in and out.
Boy, doesn't get much closer than that.
No,
That
not
was
at all.
in and in and in and out.
56-43 is our score at the end of 3. As these teams both are not afraid to put that ball up, and they are getting plenty of opportunities on shots as Dike-NH Hartford just edges Jesup in that period 20-19 when it comes to scoring after being down 36-24 at half. Leading scorer for the Jayhawks, 18 points for Amanda Treptow. Pilcher in with 12. 17. Leading scorer for Peterson for Dike-NH Hartford, 12 for Knock, who's really stepped up play in that third quarter.
Yeah, she has.
Jesup hanging right in there with the number one Wolverines.
And props to Treptow. She's really having a heck of a night, playing with no fear out there, taking it right at them, and bringing the ball up against Dike-NH Hartford is no easy task, I have to imagine, because as we've mentioned numerous times, they are all over the court, very active with their hands, right on top of you as soon as you get the ball. So honestly, I'm very pleased with the way the Jayhawks are playing tonight. I suspect Coach Conrad and his crew are as well. Conrad and his team certainly want to get the W here, but regardless of how this game comes out, if they can play as strong in this final quarter as they have been, they got to be proud of themselves as we do see Lanfear knock down a 3 to start things off.
Doubles her numbers tonight. She was only sitting with that 3 from the first half. Pilcher gets that pass down low. And now Lang doesn't quite know where to go in that corner, but does draw the foul. Seven-team fouls right now for Dike-NH Hartford. Will have J.C. Lang at that free throw line in the bonus. Following this game, we will have Jesup boys against the Dike-NH Hartford Wolverines. That'll be on a separate YouTube link to go to our channel on YouTube. Lanfear, she's going to back this one up again for another 3. She does, back to back.
That's a girl that has found her groove out there, so we're going to want to play some defense on her.
9 total for her, the junior. Lang, loose on that. Back to Pilcher, coming baseline. Lang trying to set those picks and get an opening, and a shot for Larson on the far side.
Much needed three-pointer for the Jayhawks.
She's only at 5 tonight as well. She scored in the first half and has been dry till now. Peterson forces up a shot. She will draw the foul on Pilcher. Will be the one that gets dinged for that. 15 foul for Jesup. Third for Pilcher.
Pilcher coming off she did foul out against Sumner the other night, so that's something we'll have to keep an eye on. Obviously,
right.
Pilcher's always a very physical player for the Jayhawks.
4 total points now on those back-to-back free throws for Jaden Peterson.
That's dangerous pass.
Larson had an opening, had an opportunity. Double team keeps coming defensively. Wherever Jesup goes, they got to move quick. Now Pilcher tries to go through, and hard for Laney to find a shot. 64-46, Dike-NH Hartford. Jaden Peterson.
Nice strip by Treptow.
And Lanfear tries to fight that a little bit.
Pilcher
right side, force up,
this all the way, and she's going to get it.
Pilcher drops it. Go to the free throw line. Get that shoot tied first.
They need to learn the surgeon's knot.
Do you know the surgeon's knot?
I do. I've been using it on my shoes for years. It will not come untied, but it's easily untied.
Okay. Do you untie them every day?
I do. It's the easiest knot to untie, but it won't come untied by itself. I'll teach you sometime, Nate.
Okay, all right.
Lanfear, easy shot underneath. Nice pass from her teammate.
3 Wolverines, actually 4 Wolverines in double numbers tonight. Timeout being taken.
So the Wolverines starting to pull away here finally in the fourth quarter. Well, I suppose they've been pulling away for some time, but it's been a slow stretch up until this point, and speeding things up a bit now as they're cruising with an 18-point lead on the Jayhawks now.
High school wrestling tomorrow. Tournament over at Winthrop. East Buchanan hosting that. Freshman, sophomore boys basketball tomorrow here at here against Dunkerton. JV boys basketball will take place. JV varsity boys basketball taking place here tomorrow afternoon. JV about 3. Varsity will follow. We'll have that for you in the Jayhawk Sports Network about 4:45 or so.
I like those Saturday afternoon games.
Little matinee
Kind
for
of
you.
breaks up the day, gives you something to do.
4:15 is when he thinks it'll go. Okay. So
Is that a makeup game, or was that
no,
scheduled?
That's on the schedule. Don Bosco will be on the next Saturday. So they come in for that afternoon matinee as well.
Nice. So the school has planned out our next 2 Saturdays.
Yeah. So the Jayhawk tailgate show will be taking place about 2 o'clock. Is that good, Anthony? From across the street.
Bigsby back into the game for the Wolverines.
Treptow now to 20 points.
What's Treptow's, what's her top, what's her best night out? What's the word I'm looking for?
Her best, highest scoring
High
game,
score, yeah,
highest points of the season.
Bigsby doing work underneath, gets that basket fall. Bigsby, there's not much to her. She's a tall drink of water, but she certainly gets the job done no matter where she's at on the court. Nice pass by Pilcher over to Bolden.
Well, as the game's going on, I'm
Foul against Larson underneath.
I'm checking with our sports information office to see how Amanda Treptow, her highest scoring game. I don't know if I can even look that up. So it's fun while it lasted.
Ooh, so close.
Oh, you got a line to the family? You get an answer?
I don't.
All right. Can we say something after that, though? Maybe there'll be a thing that happens. Maybe somebody's already thought of this. I don't know. 2 free throws. 22 points.
24 is her high.
24 is her high.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's closing in on that. What is she sitting at right now?
22.
22.
Peterson gets that ball disrupted here. Wide open, though. There's Bixby. Bixby comes in at 14. And it's loose again. Landfair, easy layup. Just keep chipping away.
The Wolverine pressure is getting to the Jayhawks. They appear to be wearing us down a bit, which is completely understandable. That's a lot of pressure to deal with the entire game. Filter's going to go to the line after being fouled by Marion Bigsby.
Be her 3rd personal. 10 team fouls, I guess, is where we've been for Dike New Hartford, the double bonus. And Pilcher, easy drop. She's at 15.
As always, thanks for joining us here tonight, folks, especially on a cold night like this. It's
Yeah.
I know I have 2 parents at home watching on TV, and I suspect there's quite a few others.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of conversations are like, hey, do you want to go to the game? Well, it's real cold.
Yeah.
We could watch it, but like, well, then we got to listen to those guys.
Yeah. But, you know, the alternative is you don't like listening to us. Just turn your volume down, right?
That's true.
Or come to the game.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah. They'll probably ask Anthony to put on some sort of alternate feed. Can we just listen to Dan Fox? That's the way it's been working for about 5-6 years now. So
Yeah. Bigsby inside doing work, and she cannot get it to drop, but, man, props to that kid. She is working hard down there.
Pilcher pulls it up, back of the rim, no good. Pull that down. There's Bixby with it. Last 3:13. Down to Hoffman. Whistle blow at baseline.
That foul's going to go against Larson with the body. That was a nice feed down to Peterson, who didn't get a chance to put it up, but she will go to the line. 7 fouls against Jesup, 10 against Dike-NH Hartford, so both are in the bonus. Jesup in the double bonus with just over 3 minutes to go in the game.
Peterson has led Dike-NH Hartford most of this contest. Sitting at 21. Quick foul happens after that shot with Jesup. That'll be the 4th personal foul against Pilcher. 8 total for the Jayhawks. And they just keep chipping, keep fighting. They don't give up and let that ball come to the floor to a Jayhawk. They go after it. 23 for Peterson. There's Bowes with a nice 3.
Good looking 3. Had time to set her feet, square her shoulders, and knocked it down.
2:42 to go in the game.
Bigsby, sweet pass.
Peterson was ready for it, and knock.
That's going to be Jessup's ball. I think knock was out of bounds when
Yeah,
she
was
tried
trying to
throw
ricochet that off at
Yeah.
a Jayhawk player. They will pull back their defense completely. Dike-NH Hartford will. Treptow across midcourt. There's Bolden in out to Pilcher. There's Bowes. Can she get another 3? Yeah, a little
travel.
extra step on a travel. Jayhawks will go to a record of 12-3 on the season. Dike-NH Hartford 13-1. The only loss this season has come against Center Point Urbana back December 11th in a 45-42 game. There's Bowes, a freshman's going to get that ball ticked away.
Boy, beautiful pass by Treptow to the cutting Bowes. Deep
shot.
three.
Yeah,
Good.
Knock took the attempt. And there's a whistle on the floor. I feel like the last minute and a half is going to maybe take a little while here. 20-point margin.
I think we're going to see Treptow go to the line here as she got tangled up with the Wolverine defender at the other end of the court. See if she can creep closer to that high mark. She will. 22 now. Is that 23 or 22?
We got 23.
23. So one more would be tie her high.
There
and
it is.
She will.
Oh, cat's out of the bag. Sign across.
There it
We
is.
can tell people.
We can tell people that was Amanda Treptow's 1,000 career point for the Jesup Jayhawks. So huge accomplishment for the Jayhawk point guard, senior point guard. Obviously an invaluable piece to the Jayhawk basketball team, and not only an exceptional athlete, but an exceptional person in general,
well, and
as is her entire
You
family.
think back, Luca, how many years we've done this, and we've pretty much called all of her home games because she started playing a lot as a freshman.
Yeah, she did, and before that it was her sister Emily, who, and if memory serves, I believe her sister is in that same club.
I believe so. I'm sure we'll get stat checked on that. You'll have that coming in here before too long.
And who knows, maybe we'll have Ryan, the youngest of the Treptows, join the 1,000 point club at some point down the road. But cool. I don't know, did you get that on camera, Eric Clark, across the way, student section? They've got
he was like, what?
It's good to see you tonight, Eric.
He's happy to be here, I think.
So again, congratulations to Amanda Treptow on quite an accomplishment. We're proud of you.
24 points for her. Bowes gets that ball loose and back and forth. We're not seeing much substitution right now as there's a whistle. Both teams do have 3 timeouts. We have not seen too many timeouts from either of these teams tonight.
Cavalli sneaks one in, and there Treptow will take a standing ovation as she goes to the bench. Nice to see.
And she still has a lot of basketball yet to go so far this season. At least 7 more games.
We have Lillian Bennett, Whitney Waters, who's already been in, but Lillian Bennett came into the game a short time ago for the Wolverines. Jaden Peterson in with her as well, and Taylor Hones and Madeline Norton all in for the Wolverines. Jayhawks have Larson, Bowes, Lang, Pilcher, and Bolden, who just took a tough bounce on the wood there. I thought she hit her head for a second, but
Adriana Bolden, the sophomore, was given one of the starting slots tonight. Natalie O'Connor looks like she's on the bench tonight.
Jaden Peterson does make her set both free throws.
Bolden cross into Pilcher. Last 5 seconds to go. Ball does come out of bounds. Clock will stop.
Bolden's just got to get a little bit of arch on that shot.
And I imagine the Wolverines will just let that clock tick by. 82-60 is the score. Battle of 12-1s. Actually 12 wins so far this season. Jesup with losses to Denver and AP. And they'll get their 3rd loss of the season here against Dike-NH Hartford. Dike-NH Hartford moving on, I said 13-1. They will move on to play at Roland Story. The schedule holds next week. Jesup, they'll be back in action coming up next week as they will travel on the 25th to East Marshall.
I believe they play Roland Story at home, according to somebody online. So I don't know which is accurate.
Yeah, schedule says is at.
We're
YouTube says home. I guess
they're playing Roland Story next.
Dig a little deeper and see.
You guys figure out where you got to travel for that game. But
yeah, that'll be up to you to show up where you need to be, I guess. So anyway, leading scorers, we look at Dike-NH Hartford. 23 points for Peterson for the Wolverines, 13 for Landfair. On the Jesup side of things, leading scorer Amanda Treptow earned her 1,000th career point as a Jesup J-Hawk tonight. Next leading scorer, gift to Pilcher with 15, and 8 points for Peyton Bowes as she comes off the bench to contribute for the Jayhawks. Coming up next, Jesup J-Hawk boys will face off against Dike-NH Hartford. That's a separate link on the Jayhawk Sports Network YouTube channel. For Luke Baldwin, Anthony Vaughn, Eric Clark, I'm Nate Claber from the upper patio here in the South Gym in Jesup. Everybody, have a safe rest of your night. We'll talk to you soon on the Jayhawks Sports Network.